Hey friends, welcome back to the channel with more RWBY. This is Volume 7, Chapter 7, Worst Case Scenario. And it certainly feels that way with Jacques winning the election because Watts tampered in it significantly, and then Watts tampering the footage to make it look like Penny killed all those people at Robin Hill's victory party when it was in fact Tyrion. So yeah, things are going real bad. Kind of not looking forward to seeing how this all plays out. I feel like things are going to get a lot worse before they get better. But yeah, let's get started. Leave a like, really helps with the channel. Wow, 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 wow. Keep dreaming about a better world. You keep pushing always hoping that a lightning bolt. They got dusted. Did I make that joke already? Thanos. What? Poor Penny, getting framed for this. She's done nothing but be like this absolutely wholesome person. Aww. I think this fight's coming soon. Either this chapter or the next. Probably the next, actually. Could be wrong. Poor Penny. Aww.
Citizens of Mantle, following a most recent grim attack, a temporary prohibition of assembly is now in effect. There are to be no public gatherings of any kind.
Jeez.
Please conduct your business and return to your homes before curfew. This is
Her heads are so big.
Safety.
Hey! Stop right there! Stop running! Wait!
No military officials have gone on record to say the
damn.
footage was doctored. Many citizens are still insisting that the Protector of Mantle be deactivated.
God damn it. Do they have any idea who's behind all this yet? I mean, RWBY saw... Oh, that's Robin Hill's people. RWBY saw Tyrion, so...
Civilian, you are obstructing an Atlas military operation. Please step aside.
Robin...
Right over here?
She made the whole truck invisible.
Hello?
Whoa. Did she
This
just...
is the worst case scenario. More people are dead, Penny's been framed, and somehow Jacques Schnee is sitting on the council.
That's the second shipment for Amity that was hit today. It seems election night was the last push Robin needed to go from hometown hero to full-on vigilante.
I'm afraid the problem is more complicated than that.
It seems Robin has emboldened our suppliers in Mantle. They're refusing to sell us provisions until the city is adequately repaired. With
Jeez.
Robin redistributing the goods her team has stolen, the Amity project is completely stalled.
But we're so close. There has to be some way we can finish the tower.
There is. Declaring martial law.
Oh, crap. That's... No.
You're not actually considering that, are you?
What's more important? Establishing communication to unite the world? Or appeasing a few city blocks?
Don't make it sound trivial when you know it isn't. You keep talking about how we just need a little more time, but
You're not the one having to struggle.
We have all had to make sacrifices for the greater good. Mantle has had to bear a lot of the burden, yes, but
They're bearing all of it. The longer this waiting game goes on, the harder each day gets for people down there. And now you want to send in more soldiers? You can't force people to fall in line. If you do that, you'll just be trading all of these problems for the Grim.
We've never seen Nora this serious before.
Please, General Ironwood. Squeezing Mantle this way, that kind of division plays right into Salem's hands. That's why Tyrion is here framing you.
Right. The reason we called you here in the first place. You're sure this was the man you saw?
Yep.
Tyrion Callows was accused of murders all across Anima. A homicidal maniac who escaped justice when his prison transport was attacked by Grimm. After that, he was never seen again.
Well, he works for Salem, and he's here.
We
If
fought
we ever
it
had
before
any
too.
doubts Atlas was Salem's next target, I think those are officially out the window.
But now we have a suspect. We can tell the people.
That a long-lost serial killer is loose in Mantle and the military has no idea where he is. Might make things worse before they get better.
I am so sick of secrets. If we just told everyone about Amity, about Salem.
we can't! If we talk about Amity now, we risk Salem's forces, who we know are here, working to sabotage it. If we tell them about Salem now, we risk falling to the Grim before we can reunite Remnant. We have to finish the tower. I want Robin Hill in custody. We can offer her a deal if she gets Mantle to cooperate.
We'll figure it out.
Anyone not assisting with Robin needs to
Jeez.
focus on Tyrion. I want to know who he's working with, where he's hiding, what he's planning, and how exactly that video of Penny got all over my kingdom. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Red.
Looks like we're approaching 51st.
Thanks again for the assist on this, you two. Now, we may all be split between different trucks, but we need to be ready to act as one in case Robin's team takes the bait. If your truck is hit, pursue immediately. Everyone else will move in as fast as possible. Going radio silent. Over.
Do you think we should have told Ironwood about Salem before he put so much on the line for Amity?
Sounds like you do.
I trust Ruby, but I think he deserves to know what he's stepping into. We all did. You don't agree?
Look around. The embargo, the military presence, the restrictions on assembly. He's a bit prone to overreacting.
Yeah, hard to argue with that. Still, he didn't have a lot of good options.
I'm not sure there are many good options left for any of us anymore. Keeping secrets, taking lives, it makes you wonder how far we're going to have to go to keep doing the right thing.
Blake, we did what we had to do.
With Adam.
I know. But next time, I want to make sure we don't have to. And I can tell you, ambushing a huntress who's just trying to help isn't an option I'm thrilled about choosing.
Then maybe we shouldn't.
Just don't do it right now.
How is she doing?
She's confused, scared. We'll have her recorded visual data shortly. That should prove her innocence, but the damage is
to us, not
done.
The people won't believe it.
Things people are saying about her. If Penny hadn't been there, Robin would be.
I don't think Robin was their target. Salem's goal has always been to divide us. I think Penny was exactly where they wanted her. Just like at the Vital Festival.
And just like back then, someone is using our own technology against us. This doctored footage of Penny came from her work all around Manor. Stolen straight from our surveillance network.
Ugh, hacking. Technology. Why can't people just do what they used to and fight to the death? A lot simpler if you ask me.
Well, if we're dealing with the same enemy for
the
people,
Grim Reaper,
hacking into Manor's system would be simple. Fortunately, the rest of Atlas is running on an upgraded network.
And how would someone get access to that network?
Well, only a few people have clearance. Ironwood, the Council, our cybersecurity and surveillance leads, and maybe a select few who oversee critical systems like sewage or the heating grid.
The heating grid run in partnership with the Schneedas Company.
What are you thinking?
I don't know yet, but something isn't right.
Understatement of the century.
And how are you doing?
If Maria hadn't offered to help me these past weeks, I'd have likely collapsed by now. Getting a communications tower into the sky seems impossible on its own, but now, to think of what people want to do to my girl.
Oh.
Even if the worst does happen, you can always reactivate her again. So maybe try not to worry so much.
There's a reason why Penny is the only one of her kind.
Why you never built another one?
When the General first challenged us to find the next breakthrough in defense technology,
Why are you covering that
most
face?
of my colleagues
Is it
pursued
Watts?
more,
Is it?
obvious choices?
I don't know. The skin color might not be right. I don't
I
know.
believed in looking inward for inspiration.
You wanted a protector with a soul.
I did. And when General Ironwood saw her, he did too. Much to my surprise, the Penny Project was chosen over all the other proposals.
Why would you be surprised? You created an artificial aura.
Not quite.
You gave her part of yours?
Yes.
Whoa.
And each time I rebuild Penny, it takes a little more.
Damn.
If the people get their wish and she's destroyed, I won't be able to.
We'll
What?
find whoever's responsible. I promise.
He's not even smiling in the photo. He's looking at you like... Here we go again. Yang and Blake.
Robin.
Scramble! No, wait! Split up and regroup at the hideout!
God damn it. Yikes. We're not trying to do anything to you.
Stop! We just want to.
She's not attacking you. Have you noticed? Oh, she's attacking you. A little bit. Ooh.
If Ironwood wants me, he'll have to send more than a couple of kids.
He is. Stopping the trucks alerted the ASOPs. We don't have long before they arrive, so please listen to us. You need to know the truth.
You're stalling.
Amity Coliseum, all of these supplies, they're for
Telling the truth. Here we go.
a new communications tower.
That doesn't make any sense.
A new tower means the kingdoms can
I know
finally...
what the tower means, fisticuffs.
Fisticuffs.
One of you take my hand.
What?
You said time is short. Either take it, or I'm gone.
Her semblance is... mind reading? Truth telling?
Tell me again. What is Ironwood building out in the tundra?
Whoa.
A new communications tower. He's trying to help everyone.
Turn green.
You're telling the truth.
Handy semblance.
Why keep that a secret?
Because he doesn't know who he can trust. Atlas isn't out to get anybody. The people murdering civilians in Mantle are just trying to make it look that way. And if those same people learned about Amity, they'd do everything in their power to destroy it.
So who are they? Who's actually behind this?
Yang, Blake, where are you?
We can't tell you that part yet.
Bullshit.
Look, we are trusting you, so trust us when we say that Amity Tower needs to stay a secret until it's done. We just need a little more time.
Now get out of here.
We'll throw them off.
I won't stop until I know the whole truth.
Wow. I think that was the right play. I think.
It's right
I hope.
behind that door.
The Staff of Creation.
I hoped bringing you down here might jog some memories. After all, it was your idea to use the staff to lift Atlas off the ground.
I thought gravity dust kept Atlas afloat.
That's the public story.
Wow.
But with the staff, we have a constant, seemingly limitless energy source.
Seemingly
Osmo speculated it could
limitless?
take us as high as we wanted. To tell you the truth, that served as the inspiration for the Amity project. Get a communication tower up in the sky, higher than the Grim can survive, so we never lose contact with each other again.
But you're not using the staff to raise Amity.
The staff can only be used for one purpose at a time. We're going to have to do Amity the old-fashioned way, dust and all.
It feels strange, knowing a part of me helps come up with all this.
You'll get used to it, I'm sure. Eventually, you don't even know who's who anymore.
That's
right.
Terrifying.
We
sad.
Did know we see eye to eye, but I wish I could ask Osmond what he thought of all this.
Well, I can tell you what I think. The path you're heading down, where you're the only one with the answers, where you do the thing you think is right no matter the cost, it's not going to take you anywhere good.
We have to stop Salem. Nothing matters more.
Some things matter more, I think.
Who we become.
Keeping our humanity. It's what makes us different from her.
Sometimes I worry that's her greatest advantage. Without humanity, does she still feel fear? Does she ever hesitate? When Salem hit Beacon, even with all my ships, all of my soldiers, I was no match for her. I've never felt so helpless. The way she told me she was there.
It's okay to be afraid. You just can't let that fear control you.
I am not going to end up like Lionheart. Do you believe in me?
I do believe in you. But not only you. I think the best thing you could do is sit down and talk with the people you're most afraid to.
Oh?
Now you are starting to sound like him. Winter. What is it?
From Jacques. Yes. No.
What's going on?
It had the snowflake seal.
It looks like you're getting your wish.
My father's first act. We've all been invited to dinner, where the general will be defending his seat on the council.
Jeez. Wow. Oh, that's great. Defending his seat on the council. I like this version of the song. Worst freaking case scenario. Took the words right out of my mouth. It might get worse before it gets better. Hair wrapped fabric? Whoa, her hair is long. Cordially invited. Next time on RWBY. Yeah, could be a few more episodes until the fight against Tyrion. Man. Is this... That looks like the same woman who was offering a casserole to Jean earlier. I think it's the same outfit and the same hair color, I think. I don't know if she's looking out for a younger brother, or was she a single mom on the prey for Jean? Little kids with giant heads just... childhood poverty, people roaming the streets, Penny's footage of Penny coming out like this. I mean, it's too convenient. Isn't there any way to track where that source was leaked from? Because it was dark out there. Who recorded this footage? And I don't know. It's just it doesn't make any sense that it would be Penny, but people are afraid right now. Yeah, I recognized her. Saw this was Robin Hill's people, and Vigilante. She's trying to help Mantle no matter what. She tried one way, it didn't work. Though she should be the councilwoman right now. I don't know if she can be the councilwoman in the future. I don't know if there's a way to prove what Watts did. And yeah, did she just put the truck into her hand? Is that what her semblance is? Because that's ridiculous. Really cool. Some really cool semblances this time too. Like last time I wondered how those two people who were behind on the other side of Robin Hill, I was wondering if they each had a invisibility semblance, but it turns out it's just one who was able to cover them in a cloak of invisibility. And we also have Robin Hill's semblance, which is really, really good. But yeah, Ironwood's trying to handle too much. He's trying to... Oscar's right. He's trying to handle too much. He's trying to keep all the cards close to his chest, which is exactly what Ozpin did. And so... I mean, it's... Yeah, there's a danger that he becomes just like Ozpin and then has secrets from people that he really should be telling them. And that can't be good either. First time we've seen Nora so angry, so adamant that this oppression stop. And on the other hand, we have Ren, who I guess might be ideologically opposed to her, because they all looked at him for a second when he said yes sir, because he's trying to be a good soldier right now. He's trying to put his head down and help and not have any feelings. He feels like the feelings are getting in the way, which is interesting given what his semblance is, to hide, to cloak himself. But I don't know. It seems like there's a lot going wrong here. Tyrion Talos. So interesting that we didn't try to alert anyone. I guess because the communications towers were down, we couldn't alert everybody that Tyrion's alive. Because they fought them 2 volumes ago, I want to say. I think 2 volumes ago. Maybe 3 even. They fought in volume 4, right? I think they fought in volume 4. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, Tyrion here again. So Salem tends to pick up people who have faked their deaths, and my question is, I guess Grimm attacked Tyrion's convoy, they said, right? So was that orchestrated by Salem? Or was he freed and then just happened to come across Salem? And did Watts fake his death in Atlas because he wanted to go work for Salem? Or did he get out of Atlas first and then come across Salem? I'm guessing it's the former. I'm guessing he knew about Salem and wanted to go work for her first. Otherwise, why leave a cushy job in Atlas? Unless, again, he was ideologically opposed to what they were doing. And these two, even though they have... I appreciate how soft they are with each other, because they have completely different ideas. Yang wants to tell Ironwood, and Blake wants to keep it a secret, but they're very soft with each other. They don't argue. They are kind to each other. It's really, really sweet. I love these two. And yeah, I am not going to get totally invested in them shipping, because I don't know what the writers want to do. But yeah, I'm feeling... I would definitely feel this relationship if that's the path they went down. And they come to a sort of compromise where neither of them has to do anything that they're really opposed to, and actually is probably the best idea in telling Robin Hill at least part of the truth. And I'm glad that she happened to have the semblance to be able to verify that, because that goes a long way in gaining her trust. And now I know why last time Robin Hill held her hand to Clover. I recognized that it was something important then, but I didn't know what it was exactly. And yeah, truth telling semblance, really, really interesting. Poor Penny though, she had to deal with the anxiety. Some at times like those, I'm like, can you just be a robot for a bit and not have to deal with the emotions that come with being framed? And I mean, 2 times she's been at the center of these plans to. It sucks. It really sucks. And I know they said that Penny, if they reach into her like memory banks and get out the footage, it'll prove that she's innocent. But people aren't going to believe that. They'll believe that is doctored before they'll believe that the footage that was shown first was doctored. So we have to prove Watts' involvement, and we have to prove that yeah, he framed everybody. And of course, the creator of Penny, he uses his own aura to create hers. It's not an artificial aura. That is, I can understand how much more that must connect him to her and why he can't build another one. Actually, there's another possibility with Watts, because it's possible that him being shot down for his proposal being shot down and Penny being built was his motivation to get out of Atlas. Maybe he felt like there were other resources elsewhere that would be better focused on him. Maybe he had ideas that Ironwood turned down because he felt they were too dangerous or whatever, and he felt like he could do his work elsewhere. And maybe that's all he cares about. And of course, covering the face there, I was just like, oh, of course it's Watts. At first, I was like, I think Watts's like skin tone is a little darker than the little bit we see here, but after he takes the thumb away, it looks. I mean, I don't know. After he takes his thumb away, it looks about right. But there we go. Look at everybody looking at the camera and smiling, and Watts is just looking down. And he was already super suspicious back then. He's wearing a turtleneck under a lab coat. That's suspicious too. And yeah, here we go. They did their best to make this not a non-violent thing, but they never tried to injure her. They just tried to stop her long enough so that they could talk to her. And yeah, I'm glad she listened long enough and was able to tell the truth. She doesn't believe everything though, but at least she knows that Ironwood is trying to help, and so she must know that now that Ironwood wouldn't send Penny after them. And too bad she couldn't get. I don't know. Yeah, she probably couldn't. I forget the second question she asked. Was it about who attacked?
Why keep that a secret?
Because he doesn't know who he can trust. Atlas isn't out to get anybody.
Okay, so the question was who was out to get them, and I guess Salem, they didn't have a chance to tell, and they can't tell. Maybe they could have said Tyrion, but I don't know. And I think this is the right move, but we'll see. Like, cause Yang, despite wanting to trust Ironwood and tell him more, also has to betray his trust here again by going against the wishes of the Ace Ops and not trying to sabotage and capture Robin Hill. But whatever the case, Robin Hill is not the biggest danger anymore because she knows the truth. She won't make active moves against Ironwood. She might do things that help Mantle, but might hurt Ironwood, but she won't do things specifically just to hurt Ironwood. And I think that's a step in the right direction, whereas it felt like they could have clashed at any moment after last time. So I think Yang and Blake made the right move. And this conversation, it feels like Ironwood is starting to listen to Oscar, even though it's just Oscar. Maybe he assumes that, yeah, Oscar and Ozpin are melding slowly and that Oscar has some advice that he was willing to give. And apparently Atlas is floating because of the scepter. I think that's what it's called, scepter? Cane? I don't know, not the cane. I gotta learn these relics a little bit better. But yeah. So now we know that since Salem's after the relics, I've mentioned since the first episode of this chapter, or this volume rather, or maybe the second chapter, this reminds me of Final Fantasy VII and the plate of Midgar coming crashing down. And ever since then, I've been waiting for the shoe to drop, or Atlas to drop straight onto Mantle. And now that we know how it's being kept up, and the fact that Salem is after the relics, we'll see how this plays out. If they're able to steal the relic, Atlas is going to come crashing down onto Mantle, and things are going to get much, much worse. Much, much worse. Trust between Mantle and Atlas will never be the same. I mean, Atlas and Mantle themselves will never be the same in the first place, but yeah. And then in the end, we have Jacques sending a letter to Ironwood trying to depose him from his counselor seat. I don't know who the other counselors are, so I don't know how this will work out. If they are willing to side with Ironwood or not. I guess there are several possibilities. If Jacques has the numbers, he could be doing this because he thinks he can win. He could also be using this as a distraction, though. Or a way to take away his same thing, but a way to take Ironwood's focus off of something that's not happening during that meeting. Yikes. Yeah, this is a very, very intense chapter, and I really, really like where the story is going. I think I've liked where the story is going, like the entire series. I know some people weren't a fan of, I think, volume 4 and 5, but I love it all so far. So, anyway, guys, yeah, leave a like. It really helps the channel. We are 1 week ahead over on Patreon, so check that out in the link in the description below. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time with more. Bye, friends.